Everybody has the technology that they use on a daily basis. This could be anywhere from a smartwatch all the way up to your main rig. Now, depending on what you do, your technology that you use, your gadgets that you use, will be different. Your main rig you could use for video production, audio, music production, anything else, photography. Anything that you want to do with your main rig, that's what you do. But what other tech do you use every single day? Well, I have recently been asked this question quite a bit. I've been having people send me some private messages and everything asking what I use every single day. So I figured I'd do this video to show you what I use every single day. So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I would have to say that I start off with is my cell phone. Now this is the iPhone 6s Plus 64 gigabyte space gray. It doesn't matter what cell phone it is, it doesn't matter. I've used Android for many years. It's actually my first iPhone ever. I love it just as much as I love my Android phone. I am not a fanboy by any stretch of the imagination. Whoever has what works for me is the one that I gravitate towards. So I just wanted to say that this is probably one of the biggest things out of all of my entire arsenal. This right here is probably the most potent. I get most of my stuff done with a phone. People tend to really not think that it is a very important tool, but it really is, especially when you're always out and about doing things. I find 99% of my articles for our WIT show, the Week in Technology that we do every Wednesday. I find all of my articles for that show using this device. I find it going through Twitter, Reddit, whatever it is that I might be going through, Facebook, it doesn't matter. This is where I answer all of your questions from. So if you comment on a video of mine, every single time I comment on one of your video or one of your comments, it's from this. Anytime that I'm standing around waiting for my food in the cafeteria, at my work, to sitting at my desk, to being at home watching football on Sundays, this is where I'm taking all of my notes at. If I have an idea for a new video, it gets put down in here. If I need notes for said video, it gets put down in here. So never underestimate the power of your phone. You can do everything with this. If you are a group of people working together on a project, communication is key. Without communication, you will fail. Trust me. So the other piece of tech that I use on a daily basis is the Asus Transformer T100. Now this is a 2-in-1. It can be a laptop or a netbook, depending on how you want to call it. I guess it's technically a netbook because it's tiny. But it can go from this to a tablet. So if I push the button to release it from its keyboard, it is now a tablet. Now I don't really use it in tablet form too often because of the fact that I really enjoy a keyboard. I'm not a fan of tablets. Never have been a fan of tablets. I never will be a fan of tablets. You just can't do very much stuff with a tablet. If you're browsing the internet, sure. If you're watching a video, sure. If you're trying to get work done, no. So anyway, this little beast right here, I keep at work on my desk, and 99% of my notes that I take for the Week in Technology show is done on this little bad boy. It's a pain in the butt to type on, yes, because it is kind of small, but the keys are nice. The screen is okay. The battery life could be better. But I picked this up a few years ago, back whenever Windows 8.1 was still a thing, and it's now on Windows 10. And I have to say that it runs flawlessly. The battery life, again, could be better, but this right here has saved me on many occasions with the show. If I'm late, I haven't taken any notes yet, holy crap, the show's tonight, I haven't done anything with it, I pull this bad boy out and I get started. It's amazing what these little tiny things can do and what they're capable of. So if you need one of these things and you think it would help you like in a mobile situation, highly recommended. Now, the other thing that I use more recently, because I actually got it through a client of mine for doing so much work on their stuff, is this monstrosity. This is a Dell Inspiron 1545. It is heavy. It is big. I don't really care for it. I hate laptops too. So anyway, I'm not a really big fan of laptops. I never really had a need for a laptop. I'm not a very mobile guy. I mean, I guess I am whenever I'm out dealing with my smartphone and stuff. But other than that, I don't sit on the subway. I don't go to Starbucks and sit in the cafe and type up and do my work while I'm sitting in there sipping on my espresso. I don't do that. I don't do that stuff. So I don't really have a need for one of these. But it was offered to me as payment. It had Vista on it. I think it has 4 gigs of RAM. I don't know what processor is in it. I don't even think it has a discrete video card. I think it's just on board. I don't really know. But it had Vista on it. I know it has at least 4 gigs of RAM, and it's since I have, once I got it, I brought it home, I wiped it clean, I put 7 on it, and I upgraded it to Windows 10 because, well, I wanted to get the free copy of it before, what was it, July 29th, I think it was. So this has Windows 10 on it. Now this here I used because it has a larger keyboard on it, so it does make it a lot easier for typing. If I'm sitting at home watching football now on Sundays, because yay, football's back. If I'm typing notes up, writing a script, it's done on that thing now. That's the one thing I can say is nice about that, because I didn't really care for sitting in here on my main rig typing up a script all the time whenever my family were out there watching a movie or watching a show or watching a game. I was in here typing up scripts or trying to use that little tiny 2-in-1, which, you know, sitting on my lap, it's a pain. At work, it's okay because it's small, it's discreet, and it's perfect. But that thing has been a lifesaver when it comes to writing scripts for videos, jotting down ideas for videos, and a lot of times I'll get myself caught up in some kind of big old Twitter conversation talking about video, the quality, how long certain, 4K takes to process versus 1080p on YouTube and all that other kind of stuff. I get caught up in a lot of these conversations on Twitter, and it's just a pain in the butt to do it from my phone. So I whip out the big old laptop where I have a full-size keyboard and I can just go to town on it. So anyway, that is the 3 tiny gadgets or smaller elements of the daily tech that I use. Now we can switch it around and I will discuss about my main rig. All right, so here we are on the computer portion. Now the computer I use is Project Crimson, which I did a video on. So you can go and check that out. I don't know, I'll put a link up here or something, or down in the description or wherever. But anyway, so if you want to check that out into a little bit more depth, then go ahead and do so. It's an H440 from NZXT case. I have the a 5820K X99 platform using an ASRock Fatality X99X Killer board, I think is what it's called. It's long, I know that. But I went with it because of the black and red theme that I really wanted. So anyhow, it's a 5820K X99 platform, 16 gigs of DDR4, and I'm using the 980 Ti. I had SLI 970s in the Project Crimson video, but I since got rid of those and sold those to some friends and went with a single card because it was way less of a headache. So yeah, I probably will never go SLI ever again. There's no real need for it for me. But anyway, I have 2 SSDs. One of them is an older Kingston HyperX 120 gig. I use that for a gaming drive, and then I have a Samsung, the typical Samsung 840 EVO, 120 gig for gaming and all that kind of stuff. Then I have a 1 terabyte Western Digital hard disk drive that I use for the bulk of just storing everything. Now, the mouse that I use is still the Razer Chroma, which again, I did a review on most of the stuff that you'll hear me talk about. I have the Funk K460. I think it's the K460. I use that keyboard still right now. It's red backlit mechanical keyboard with Cherry MX Browns. The monitors that I use, I have a lot of people asking me questions about the type of monitors that I use. I like the monitors, they're good. For the price, they're exceptional. I think they're still like around 120 for the 60 Hertz. They're Acer the G6 series, or the G246HL-BA or BD. I can't remember exactly which one of those two. For the 60 Hertz monitors, which I have one in portrait, one in landscape in the center, and then the right side monitor, I have the 144 Hertz version of the same exact Acer monitor. It's the GN246HL. And I bought that mainly for gaming because I play a lot of Counter-Strike. I mean, let's be real here, Counter-Strike is pretty much the main game that I play. So 144 Hertz, holy crap. Once you go 144 Hertz and that smooth refresh rate, you'll never go back, trust me. So those are the monitors I use. It's on an Ergotech triple monitor stand, and which I also did a video on. I didn't do a video on the monitors because I've had those for a while, and it's kind of hard to really do a review on a monitor. The microphone that I use is a Audio-Technica AT2035. It's an XLR input mic, and I have it plugged into the Behringer Xenix Q802. I don't use the USB of the 802. I go straight out from the audio down into my inline on my motherboard. So that's the way that goes, but that's really basically about it. The desk, a lot of people ask me what kind of desk I have. Mostly in the Ergotech video, they ask me what desk I have. I don't know, I really don't know. It's a Craigslist desk. I saw it on Craigslist. It used to be wood colored. If you see in some of my old videos, it had like the really crappy vinyl sticker wood look finish on it and everything. And I sanded it all down and just sprayed the thing black. It scratches really easy now and everything, and it's starting to kind of peel up, especially around where I'm always hitting up against it with the chair or my belt hits it. But I definitely want a new desk, and it will get there. The monitors, like I was saying, I love the monitors. For the money, they're good, but for doing like video work and trying to, I mean, obviously a true color panel is going to be really expensive, but I just want an IPS monitor now. I really do want an IPS monitor. I would love to have a 21:9, I believe it is, like the ultra wides. One of those would be really sick. I would love to have one of those, but man, they are expensive. So maybe one day we'll see what happens, but I'm not expecting that to happen anytime soon. But so anyway, I just kind of wanted to give a rundown, like a little bit earlier, or right at the beginning of the video. I talked about the tech that I use on a daily basis, and then the last piece was my computer. I use this computer every single day, every day. Sometimes I'm in here a really long time, other times I just kind of come in here and, you know, handle bills and the typical thing and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I'm either editing photos on it, editing video on it, recording audio on it, or I'm playing games till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on my Friday nights and Saturday mornings. So yeah. This has been Josh with Techtopia TV, like always. If you have any questions, drop a comment. If you want to know any other things, I will try to answer you. If I don't answer you, it's probably because I didn't see it. But 9 times out of 10, I always answer. I feel like I owe it to you. If you ask me a question, then I need to answer, which is the reason why I made this video. Otherwise, I wouldn't have sat here and just blabbed about all the crap that I use, because a lot of it's not even high-end stuff. But a lot of people ask me what I do and what I use. I've gotten several messages over YouTube and several private messages asking me what kind of technology I use, what kind of gadgets I use, what kind of laptop. It's a really simple stuff. I don't have loads of money. I really don't. So I just kind of wanted to give everybody an insight of what I do and what I have. And please like, subscribe for more. I'm so close to hitting that 300 subscriber mark. I never thought that, being that I was just excited about hitting 100 after the end of the year, to have almost 200 more 9 months later is pretty incredible. And I really thank you guys a lot for subscribing and following along and keeping all this going. But once again, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take it easy.